Howdy, howdy. Welcome on in to
the other camera's working.
Yeah, Mallory fixed it yesterday. The
Typical.
pre-show before the free show. All it takes was some women talking football to get this stuff figured out.
I also like how there's just a bin that you can see on the over your shoulder.
It's a good bin.
It's a good bin.
It's not a
Shout
cheap
out
bin.
to the bin. Pickle, it's follow-up Friday.
Is it? Is that what we're calling
Friday.
this?
Yeah,
lovely segment that we have dialed up.
We are committed to chasing down the stories of the day. That's what we are. We're first and foremost an investigative body.
Yeah.
And we're going to follow up on a show that we did about 10 days ago.
All right.
It was Valentine's Day. We were talking about love.
Love.
And lovers. And
so crusty.
and I asked you about your first crush. Actually, I think we have a clip. Let's roll the clip.
Okay. Remember that in second grade when you did start having kind of crushes on people, you would I remember comparing with my friend okay, do I have more of the cute one or did you get more of the cute one? And you felt really good if you got more one with a heart on it rather than a your friend, that kind of thing.
Do you remember your first crush?
Mhm.
Who was it?
I know him still. I can't say that on air.
Yes, you can. It's Valentine's Day.
Tommy Yelvington. Yelvington I was actually when my parents went to the hospital to have my brother. I was actually at Tommy's house because we were best friends forever growing up. So Tommy was there at the birth of my brother. Tommy Yelvington was my first ever crush.
I do not remember mine.
I'm gonna send him this clip.
There was what's up, Tommy?
I'm gonna send him this clip.
I hope you're doing well.
He is.
Pickle, let's go to the hotline.
Oh
We're pleased to welcome in our guest for today.
I need football to get here, so you have better things to do.
We're joined by Tommy Yelvington. Tommy, how are you?
What's up, brother? How are you?
I'm excellent. Thank you for your time. I know you're a busy man.
God.
We've been trying to book you for a while. It took some doing, but I'm glad we were able to get our schedules to line up. First of all, can you just tell people a little bit about yourself?
Well, I've known Ashley Pickle for a very, very long time. Unfortunately and fortunately.
Mm-hmm.
And she watched me playing sports growing up, and she's always been more competitive than I have for some reason.
So we have you listed here on our graphic as former Llano cornerback. I went back through and did a little bit of research, and I got to be honest. It seemed like your senior year, you guys went a grand total of 2-8. Can you give us a breakdown of the 2014 Llano Yellow Jackets?
Yeah, sting them.
2014. Well, man, I feel like we had a solid defense that year, but I feel like some of the games we lost were very close. And just that one simple mistake can cost you a whole game.
Sure. No, that's what happens. Where are you living now? What are you up to these days?
I'm in Kingsland, Texas, and I am an electrician currently in the process of getting my real estate license.
Okay, fantastic. We've got a couple other follow-ups. One, we have talked with people in town in Llano, but they're all it's her parents, right? Pickle's parents, and who I think you know. But I want to get an outsider's opinion because this is really something a story I've been trying to chase down as a capital J journalist. How big of a deal is Ashley Pickle in Llano?
Well, Ashley Pickle, she's known around. I mean, she's known as that celebrity in Llano, Texas,
whatever.
I guess you could say.
Can you let our guests talk?
But no, all of her friends and her whole class were very proud of her, man.
Mm-hmm. No, and for good reason. Okay, so last week, she revealed exclusively here on Texas Football Today that you were her first crush. Did that when that got round to you? She revealed that to the world. Did that come as a shock to you, or was this something that was a known?
Dude, I've known that since kindergarten.
Oh gosh.
Okay, so this was not some sort of deeply held secret.
No.
Nah.
I am very.
Don't hide it.
I know. Yeah, I was just gonna say my face. I have a hard time hiding emotion in my face.
Is her face red right now by chance?
Oh yeah.
I'm putting up that graphic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's very red. Okay, so this it does not come as a shock to you that she declared you her first crush. And who could blame her, to be real honest?
There you go. I like that.
No, this is not what the point of this whole thing is.
I like Tommy.
I don't need a bromance between the two.
I like
you.
Tommy. Tommy seems like a good dude.
I've been waiting on Tepper time for a long time.
This guy gets it. You know. I think I have a crush on Tommy Yelvington.
Yeah. Well,
be honest. A couple of other follow-ups here for Tommy Yelvington here. One, I understand that back in kindergarten, Ashley gave you an apple Christmas ornament. Do you still have that?
Oh my God. Dude, I was thinking about that the other day. Mm-hmm. I still have it.
You still have it?
I still have it.
I don't even remember that.
You don't?
No.
I mean, this is okay. I mean, this is the kind of deep dive research that I do.
Oh God, you talked to my mom, didn't you?
I don't reveal my sources.
I made an apple. Mm-hmm. You still have that?
So
yeah, it's like a plastic apple, and it says "To Tommy from Ashley."
Wow.
Merry Christmas.
How about that?
Wow. She really did mean Merry Christmas.
I did.
Well, I understand that there was a. Can you tell us a little bit about the phase that Ashley went through when she was in glasses and braces?
God. He didn't talk to me at that point.
I didn't talk to you. Okay, let's not get on that point. Miss Too Good for You over here. But
Tommy was Mr. Popular back in like junior high and high school. He didn't talk to me back then. I was the nerd.
Myself out of the gutter.
Tommy, this sounds. I'm going to be honest. This sounds slanderous. Like, please defend yourself.
Nerd.
Excuse me. Let's let our guest defend himself.
No, Ashley. She went through a glasses phase, but I mean,
it was bad.
She was always still the smart, popular girl. I don't know what she's on about.
Okay, smart is a good way to put that.
And then finally, we are fundamentally a football show, and I want to get back to football. I know you were a coach on the 2014 Powder Puff team. I wanted to in the Powder Puff game. I want to see if I can get a scouting report on Ashley Pickle from that Powder Puff game.
Ashley, I don't think Ashley came out of the game, bro.
Wow, two-way star.
For sure. I remember. I think her dad has a video of it still when she got a pick six, dude. That was the highest I've ever jumped in my life of excitement.
So you were on.
He was my actual coach because I was a defensive back.
Right. So I'm gonna write this down. Talk to Mr. Pickle about that film. Okay, Tommy. I appreciate your time and
yes,
you joining us and clearing the air on this follow-up Friday. You know what? Could we just make this like a regular segment? Like Tommy time?
Ashley, get Tepper my number right now.
No.
It'll happen.
This is not happening.
Tommy, I'll DM you.
This is not happening.
Yeah, you got my Twitter. You got me.
There we go. He's Tommy Yelvington. He's a former Lano cornerback, and he is Ashley Pickle's first crush. Tommy, thank you so much for your time. Why did we never
ask if I was his first crush? Did that not get to go back and forth in kindergarten?
All right. You can ask.
I mean, I feel like, isn't that like self-explanatory though?
Yeah.
No, No, it's not to me. I'm not. Explain it to me.
I mean, she definitely got an apple back, if that makes any sense.
So to speak. Tommy, appreciate your time, my friend. Best of luck down the road, and I'll
appreciate it, man.
I'll DM you.
All right, man. Y'all have a good day.
Love you, Tom.
There he goes. Tommy Yelvington, former Lano cornerback. And that is another episode of Follow Up Friday. Hit the theme, Expo. Yes, y'all! From the Dave Campbell's Texas Football Mothership here in beautiful Lewisville, Texas. It's Texas Football Today, a show sliding into Tommy Yelvington's DMs. My name's Greg Tepper. I'm the managing editor of Dave Campbell's Texas Football Magazine. TexasFootball.com, a corresponding website. Thank you for spending part of your day with us. Whether you're watching us live, TexasFootball.com, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, all the places are also on the podcast, which you can subscribe to on the podcast vendor of your choice. Either way, thank you for doing your part. Support your local mediocre internet. show. I'm sitting over there at the helm today, making us sound good. She's the Duchess of the Dorks. She's got this nice, like, crimson glow to her right now.
I hate you.
She's the Duchess of the Dorks. She's Ashley Pickle.
Howdy, friends. I need football season to be back. You have too much time on your hands.
I don't know what you're talking about. Like, this is my job. Mm-hmm. My job is to chase down the stories that people are talking about.
My first crush.
I got a lot of people saying, I want to hear from Tommy. So we did. So we tracked him down. We put the shoe leather to the streets to bring you the best content here on Texas Football Today. Mm-hmm. Today is Friday, February 24th, 2023, 272 days till Thanksgiving. Happy birthday to Billy Zane. You know who Billy Zane is?
I don't think so.
Billy Zane is the bad guy in Titanic.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Billy Zane was in The Phantom. Billy Zane was also in Tombstone, and he was excellent in Tombstone.
I haven't seen Tombstone.
Tombstone's great.
I do have one more birthday shout out though. I do want to give. It's a precursor to tomorrow, but happy birthday to Granny. Granny's birthday is tomorrow. So shout out Granny.
Granny. Yeah. I hope you have a great birthday, Granny.
I do too.
Do we? Is it rude if I ask how old she is? It may be rude. Don't answer that. I can't get in trouble if you don't answer that. It's episode 1,500 and something. I don't know. Put it up there so I don't
46.
know. 46. You think I keep track of that?
That's fair.
Coming up today on Texas Football Today, we're going to talk a little bit about what we got cooking on Texan Live this week. And I want to talk to you about what you guys had on WTF yesterday, because you guys had a really good episode of Women Talking Football yesterday, so we'll talk about that. And then back half the show, it's Helpful Honda Mailbag Friday, answering your questions about high school football, college football, recruiting, lifestyle, romance, travel, anything you've got. Get in the comments on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. If you want to ask more about Tommy, like I could talk with that guy for hours. What a dreamboat. Do we have first four through the door?
Yes. It is Nick Morton, Tony Blaylock, Lau Good, and Zill0678. Welcome in, friends. Stop looking at me.
You're the producer. Where am I supposed to look? You mean just like buzz the camera?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna buzz the camera. That's so impersonal. Like it's supposed to be like a give and take. It's two friends. They're just talking. You know? That's why they like
guys being dudes.
Dudes rock, as they do say.
They don't say that.
So you have been. I think people know you as the producer of Texas Football Today. Mm-hmm. They know you as a television star. They also may not know that a lot of what you do behind the scenes is working on Texan Live.
99% of what I do is working on Texan Live.
You're the executive producer of Dave Campbell's Texan Live, TexanLive.com.
I spelled basketball wrong.
I would be remiss. I know we're a football show, but it is the basketball playoffs. Mm-hmm. I got to tune in to a game the other day with our own Ishmael Johnson on the call.
Yeah, him and James crushed it.
It was great. James is really good, too.
James is fantastic.
I like James.
I do, too.
So they were on it. Can you tell people about what's going on Texan Live these days?
Yeah, so I'm going to throw up this graphic that we used on WTF yesterday. So we have, right now, if you haven't been keeping up with high school basketball playoffs, both girls and boys games are happening. The girls are all the way into the regional final tournaments. And
yeah, because they're a week ahead of the boys.
Yes, or 2 weeks. I think 2 weeks, because a week. Yeah, a week, because girls state, whoever wins these regional tournaments will punch their ticket to the state tournament next year. But the way that high school basketball differs from high school football is there's obviously only one game a week. That has typically been the case for by district is like a Monday, Tuesday, and then area is a Thursday, Friday, Saturday. When it comes to regional tournaments, you have the two games happen, and then the winners play each other the very next day. So these are the girls' regional tournaments that will be live on TexanLive.com this week. In 6A Region 2, you'll have DeSoto and Cy Springs. And then on the other side of that, you'll have Cedar Hill and Cy Ranch. The winners of those, again, will play on Saturday to punch their ticket to the state tournament. 6A Region 3, Katy and Pearland against Spring Branch Memorial and Summer Creek. 6A Region 4, San Antonio Clark and Laredo United South. On the opposite side of that, it's San Antonio Johnson and San Antonio Brennan. That one should be a lot of fun.
So correct me if I'm wrong. Mm-hmm. Texan Live has 6 of the 8 quarterfinals?
Yes.
Dang, that seems like a lot.
It is.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
And then 5A Region 3, Fulshire and Pflugerville. 5A Region 3, also Hendrickson and Barbers Hill. That's always really, really fun because you get the Houston versus Austin matchup in basketball is very, very fun to watch. And then we have the 4A Region 3 tournaments, Hardin-Jefferson and La Vega, and then Madisonville and Waco-Connolly. So those are the girls' games that we do have. If you are interested,
and I am.
Thank you. Boys area rounds are also happening. Some of them happened last night. Others are happening tonight and Saturday. We've got Katy Jordan versus Katy, Beaumont United versus Dickinson, Pearland Dawson versus Atascocita, Fort Bend Marshall versus Barbers Hill, Dallas Kimball versus Frisco Heritage, and Mansfield Timberview versus Justin Northwest. So if you're interested in some DFW matchups, we have those. Then Lufkin and Red Oak, which should be a very good game. Mount Pleasant and Forney. The Mount Pleasant basketball teams are unbelievable, both on a girls and boys perspective. Coach Cluley actually hops on and does color for a lot of their girls games. Hawkins and Shelbyville and Douglas and Beckville. So a ton of basketball coming up on TexanLive.com. But we were talking about it in the office because Greg Powers watched Ish call the game the other day. And I think that we get so, the difference between football at the high school level and the collegiate level sometimes can be, very, very vast. And that's still the case in basketball, but it does kind of narrow a little bit with having, super good star power. These games are so fun to watch. Game monitoring can be a tough task, but we actually have really enjoyed it because the basketball, the level that these basketball players are playing at is unbelievable.
So TexanLive.com for dozens of live Texas high school football or Texas high school basketball playoff games.
One more thing
yes, ma'am.
To mention. We mentioned it on WTF yesterday, but if you are not aware, the state tournaments are coming up. Next week is girls. The following week after that is boys. Every single state championship game will be on NFHS, on the NFHS network. For girls next week, though, 2 of our very own members will be on the broadcast for all the championship games on the Saturday of girls. Ishmael Johnson will be on color for all the games, or most all of the games.
I know him.
And then Mallory Hartley on the sideline for girls basketball state. So NFHS Network. .com to watch the girls state basketball championships on Saturday and go hang out with our friends. Roger Wallace and likely Craig Way doing play-by-play throughout the games.
Awesome. Very
Super
cool.
excited.
Speaking of WTF, yesterday I invite people first of all because subscribe to the podcast. But if you haven't had a chance, yesterday I thought your episode was particularly good. They're all good, but I thought this one was particularly good, where you guys had a big-time guest on the show. Not only did you guys talk what we just talked about the basketball going on TexanLive.com, but also you guys were talking. You talked with Jenny Netherland, who is the Granger superintendent. But beyond that, she wears a lot of hats.
Yes.
But she's also a consultant to help people, help team or school districts rather hire coaches. Can you give people a 50,000-foot view, kind of what you talked about with I won't call her Coach Netherland.
Yeah, she did used to be a coach.
Yeah, I'll call her Coach Netherland.
Yes, so Jenny Netherland, like we mentioned, was a coach, and then she decided that the administration route was the way that she wanted to go and felt like she could help a lot of different people in a lot of different ways, and that is all incredibly enticing in and of itself, but the part as just a normal football fan that you might be very interested in hearing what she has to say is she genuinely believes that combining athletics and academics purposes in a school district are how you grow success. And so with that, she has turned into a consultant for independent school districts, like you said, to go find their Texas high school football coaches. And so she gives a really, really good analysis into what's that like, because a lot of times we might get stuck thinking about bigger schools where they only have to be a football coach. And when I say only have to be a football coach, obviously developing men into leaders and being at practice and doing interviews, all of that goes into that. But when you take a step back from those massive schools like that, a lot of them are being athletic directors, which means that they're in charge of all the girls' sports just as much as the boys' sports and what goes into all of that and fitting in. Some of them are teachers So there's a lot that goes into finding the right Texas high school football coach that fits in with the school district and what they're wanting. So she helps them find all of that out. I did want to hype her up a little bit. I think that she is one of the very few females in the state that is part of a consulting business like that. But she also mentioned, I don't think she mentioned this on the show yesterday, but out of the teams or programs that she's been a part of, they've had at least 40 playoff appearances and 11 district championships. So she's really good at what she does, but it's really cool to hear about all the stuff that goes into hiring a football coach that we don't normally hear about.
Yeah, if you're into the nitty-gritty of how kind of that sausage gets made, by all means, please go listen to WTF on whatever podcast platform that you prefer. So,
yeah, she was great, as always.
We are Texas Football Today. We're here every weekday at noon on TexasFootball.com, talking football in the Lone Star State. You can follow us on Twitter at DCTF, like us on Facebook, Facebook.com/Dave Campbells. Follow us on Instagram, Instagram.com/Dave Campbells, and, of course, see us at TexasFootball.com. Now a word from our friends at VCR Now.
Yeah.
VCR Now.
Born and bred in Texas hits a little different, as it should. Texas loves doing business with fellow Texans. VCR Now takes its Texas roots as seriously as its many partnerships with schools and universities around the state. It's also why we're so proud to promote our brand in the pages of the Texas Bible, Dave Campbell's Texas Football, and on the airwaves of Texas Football Today. Driven by producing quality broadcast video, state-of-the-art audio, and LED video scoreboards at affordable prices, VCR Now makes sure to listen to your needs in its athletic department before recommending the next best steps. Building great products is our business, and it's our focus on building meaningful long-term partnerships with our clients that sets us apart. From our 24/7, 365-day help desk, the training lab in our hometown of Red Oak, or our sports marketing business plan that puts money back in the hands of our athletic departments we support, VCR Now is built to last. Reach out to us today at info@vcrnow.com or by calling 855-GO-VCR-NOW. Again, that's info@vcrnow.com or by calling 855-GO-VCR-NOW.
All right, Pickle, it's time for Helpful Honda Mailbag Friday.
The North Texas Honda dealers want to help you score on award-winning Hondas like the rugged and reliable 2023 Ridgeline. Stop by your Helpful Honda dealer today or visit ntxhondadealer.com to learn more.
Thank you, North Texas Honda dealers. If you got questions about high school football, college football, recruiting, lifestyle, romance, travel, growing up in Llano, things like that, get in the comments. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. We'll get to as many as we can, going up until about 12:30 here at the back half of the show here on Helpful Honda Mailbag Friday. I want to encourage you to stay tuned to TexasFootball.com.
Yes. Just in general, yes.
Just in general. We got a lot of good stuff on TexasFootball.com.
But
there's also a couple stories that we're running down right now, like
big time.
We got some scoops that we're running down.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, just stay tuned to TexasFootball.com. That's all I'll say. We're running down a couple of scoops that I think will be particularly intriguing. I know that is a very vague tease, but it's as specific as I can get. But stay tuned to TexasFootball.com.
Chong.
We got some things. We're not just a 30-minute internet show every day. We keep busy a little bit around the clock. So stay tuned to that. Do we have any questions from the people?
Yes. First question from Aaron Arbuckle. A fantastic question. What's your opinion on having a predetermined regional/semifinal site for football? So I think this sparks from basketball and all other UIL sports. The regional tournament sites are way predetermined. We know that before the
Region 2 might be in Garland or something like that. So the only thing that gives me a little bit of pause is, especially when you get down in the lower classifications, those regions can be really broad, really wide, and if you have and you could have a situation where you are having one team travel way farther than the other for what is ostensibly supposed to be a neutral site.
Well, even you don't even have to really go down that far. Say that an El Paso team in the 6A level was able to make it through Region 1. You're risking having like a neutral site where you would think maybe a South Lake Carroll or something like that was playing, and then end up it needing to be in Abilene.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. Let's just say, like hypothetically, let's just say that you want to set the region. The region 6A Division 1, the Region 3 versus 4 semifinal. Probably going to be that's probably going to be a team from Houston versus a team from Austin or San Antonio, right? So it's like, okay, let's find a spot in between there, and we'll set it there. Well, Region 3 is pretty well contained to
Houston,
Greater
Southeast
Houston area, right? What if a team from the Rio Grande Valley makes it? Right? What if a team from Laredo makes it?
Right.
And I know that seems far-fetched, but at the same time, like, it could happen. And so that would give me a little bit of pause there, and specifically because I don't know. I think especially with the week build-up to the game, you would want there to be. I think you've got time to set the neutral site as opposed to with basketball. I think I understand it because like you got to turn around and play it. Like they're playing 6 rounds of basketball in 3 weeks. As opposed to football where you've got a week to determine it and prepare. So I don't think that's necessary. I think in basketball it's kind of necessary to do it, but because you can play more than once a week. In football, I think that it works out better this way where you can kind of determine the neutral site. And furthermore, look, there's a ripple effect of like, what if one neutral site is the perfect site for an unforeseen state semifinal, but it's already booked because it's been booked way in advance?
For two teams that are having to travel way farther than they need to get there.
And so then how do you kind of say, oh, well, what's going to be, how do we make that work for them? So you hit the nail on the head with there's just enough time to figure it out. With basketball or any other sport, you're playing 2 rounds a week and there's just not enough. And the other side of that is there are plenty of football stadiums around that can host a big game like that with the seating capabilities, with all of the stuff that goes into that. There are fewer basketball gyms that you can just roll up to with a huge crowd and say, oh yeah, there's plenty of room for this. It's got to be one of those, 2-decker type of gyms. Right. This is one of those situations where we just have a better we have a better like infrastructure for big football games can be played almost any corner of the state. Yeah,
well, and the other side of that too is a lot of big school districts that build these mega stadiums is because they share it with everybody. Everyone has their own basketball gym. So to put a whole ton of resources into making it this big grand thing for one high school doesn't really make any sense.
I would agree. What's next, Pickle?
Up next, when is Vince Young going to make a special guest appearance on the show?
Well, look, we've only been asking for almost 8 years for him to come get his Player of the Year trophy. It's right over here.
We have a lot of success at this company, but this is not one of them.
He's my white whale, man. He's my white whale. Like, I have not been able to track him down. I don't have a good beat on him. There have been times where we've had connections to it, but we just haven't been able to get together. The other part of it is, this is going to sound like now it's beggars and choosers. Okay, let me put it to you this way, okay? The bit of asking Vince Young to come get his Player of the Year trophy is really valuable.
It's better than him coming and getting it.
It's valuable to me. The only way that there's one price that I would pay in order, like there's one thing I would use that would be worth it, and that would be him sitting in that chair.
Yeah. I don't want to take it to Austin or take it to Houston Madison when he shows up for a game whatever.
I like the point of asking him to come get his Player of the Year trophy is not to get him the trophy by any means necessary. It's to get him to sit down in this chair, and then
which
we can talk.
Which we've been trying to do for 8 years.
Right. So that's the thing. If you have a connection to Vince Young and you want to make him aware that we have his 2001 Class 5A Player of the Year trophy, and that it's available to him at any time in Lewisville, Texas, by all means, connect with him.
Because he has liked one of my tweets before, and then I send him a thing about the trophy. Silent.
The bit the bit has a lot of value here.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing, is that now, like, there was a moment where I would have given it to him just if I saw him.
Mm-hmm.
But if I was just, like, in Houston and I saw him and I had the trophy with him, I'd say, hey, man, I got this trophy for you.
You got to come to
It'll be in
Louisville.
Louisville. Like, that's the value of the bit now. Like, we're holding it ransom for and him in the studio. So there you go. So if you have a connection, by all means, explore those. But there's value for us. What's next, Pickle?
I got 3 more for you.
Okay.
What is a mascot you wish was used by any school? We've talked about a couple of those before, but I'm blanking on what they were.
I've maintained that I think the Foxes are underutilized.
Yeah.
There's only Caddo Mills and El Paso Jefferson, and then like if you want to consider like
Swifts.
Nazareth,
Yeah.
which is like a Swift Fox, but I think the Fox is underutilized.
Someone needs to be the Peacocks. That's underrated.
Mm-hmm.
Has they're kind of like secretly vicious?
Mm-hmm.
We had a peacock problem in Llano. Come to think of it.
Number of follow-ups here. 1, what kind of bougie neighborhood are you living in that you've got a peacock problem? Peacocks always seem very
I was like,
regal.
I think you've got a bad idea of like.
No, I don't.
Peacocks
I know what
being
peacocks
bougie.
are. Peacocks are very like regal and like you see
Are
them
they?
you see them wandering around like the grounds of a palace, and you guys just have a problem with them in Llano?
There was just one pesky one.
So you have a singular problem peacock,
Yeah.
not a peacock problem.
Yes.
Got it.
I have a
Okay.
problem with a peacock.
You got a problem with a peacock. You take it up with his family. Either his or hers, I don't know.
I don't know either, honestly.
So, okay.
Probably a lady. She glared a lot. No, it was a boy peacock because he was colorful. Boy peacocks are colorful. Girls are not.
Yep. I'm not gonna fact check that.
It's like a red bird.
Okay. I'd like again.
They use it for mating tactics. You clearly don't know a lot about peacocks.
I'm not very ornithologically like.
Okay, well that's your
learned.
problem. You're welcome.
Okay, I'm not gonna like read a book on birds. Like birds. Do birds exist? I don't know.
My dad has a lot of bird books. He really likes birds.
I think birds are. Birds to
You'll
me
get
are
to
like
the
white
age where
noise.
you appreciate birds.
You're
That's an old people thing.
You're
I'm
11
an anomaly.
years younger than I am.
I'm an anomaly, but
No, I feel like if I was going to get into birds, it would happen by now.
no, I'm telling you, because my dad wasn't into birds until he hit like that 50 threshold, and then you just want to learn about birds. It happened. I've seen it happen. It's happening to all my family members now. They talk about birds. It happens.
Anyway, as far as there's
What about
only,
the iguanas
the iguanas is excellent,
or like the lizards?
Like
We ain't got any
not a lot of
lizards.
lizards, not a lot of amphibians. Like we've got some
Oh, we need the sea urchins.
like frogs. It's only like Lake Worth is the frogs.
Ish is scared of frogs.
What a great fun fact. There's I do think that there's an there's a total lack of sharks. There's only 2, Pelagius and Alvin Shark.
You mean like the
Like,
hammerheads though? Like that would be cool.
That would be cool.
Or the tiger sharks.
Like all these things along. Like if you're on the coast, I mean this sincerely. If you're on the coast and you have like a wildcat or a tiger, like what are we doing here? Make it the tiger shark.
Oh,
tomorrow.
the woodchucks. That's a good one, Aaron Arbuckle.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Woodchucks would be good. Like I'm trying
Like
to
the
think,
Willow Ridge woodchucks.
Like I'm into. Also, like we don't have enough insects.
Oh
Like,
no, I'm out on insects.
Like shout out to
okay,
the
the
Swobies.
swobies.
Like we don't have enough insects.
Because
insects-
yellow jackets or hornets and all that.
I
Like
guess
there's a
that's true.
lot of those.
Yeah. But like
There
those
is
are
a
the
scorpion.
ones. There's a scorpion. There's a couple scorpions.
Do we have any spiders? Yes, but no.
No, we don't have any spiders.
Good. Keep them out. No spiders.
Don't have any spiders.
Don't need any spiders.
Interesting.
The arachnids.
I've always thought that an underrated mascot is the Wolverine.
Okay, I like that.
There's a few of them out there.
Most people go by wolves.
Penelope is the Wolverines, which is great. Is that right? Are they Penelope Wolverines?
I feel like Penelope should be the pigs.
Yeah, Penelope is a Wolverine, so I had that right. My brain is broken. Yeah, like, I don't know. That's...
The toads.
See, what I'm looking for in a mascot
The bullfrog. We have a bullfrog.
Something that you can have somebody dress up as.
Mm-hmm.
That the dress up will be cute, and yet the actual thing is
gross, scary,
is scary,
vicious.
Right? Armadillo's a perfect example of that. Like you dress up as an armadillo, it's like, oh, look at him. But then, like, you ever meet an armadillo?
Someone should be a possum.
The feral hog. Someone should be the feral hogs.
Those are vicious.
Yeah, that's a perfect example of like you just like dress up as a pig,
Mm-hmm.
and then but that would be pretty tough for the
what's Puma off of Lion King? He's a warthog.
A warthog.
Do we not have a warthog?
Pumbaa. There's a B in it.
Puma. I guess that's fair. Pumbaa.
Pumbaa is his name. The meerkat. To stick with the Lion King theme, Timon is a meerkat.
Oh yeah.
There's no meerkats.
The Malakoff meerkats.
Malakoff meerkats. I can get on board with that.
There are so many more things we could do than panther, bulldog, yellow jacket.
That's why when a new school opens and they just like okay, Frisco Panther Creek opened and there was no choice. They had to be the Panthers.
Yes,
right.
That makes sense.
I get that, but all these ones that are opening up that just have like
Rock Hill did a good job.
Yeah, the Blue
Hawks. That's cool.
And then the other thing, let me see if they've named one yet. Yeah. So here's a perfect example, and I'm not trying to be mean here, okay? I'll make sure that I get this right. Yeah. So Prosper Walnut Grove is going to open.
Mm-hmm.
They're the Wildcats.
What
are we doing here?
First off, Prosper Walnut Grove.
In the year of our
and then you're gonna go
in the year of our
Wildcat?
Lord 2023, we're opening schools and we're just going to name them the Wildcats?
That's dumb. I do like someone, your boy Zill0678, or girl, your person, or robot. How about the teams named after weather? That rules. Like the winters,
tornadoes,
blizzards, the golden sandstorm.
Hurricanes,
yeah, that rules.
Sandstorm. Yeah, like phenomenon, stuff like that. Like that would be, that's very good.
We need the typhoons. Well, is Port Isabel?
Port Isabel is the tarpons.
Tarpons. Okay, never mind. The fish.
Yeah. So
typhoons would work though.
Yeah, typhoons would work. Although we won't get a typhoon.
Or monsoons.
Because typhoons only happen in the Pacific Ocean.
Well, yeah, but it's not like we have unicorns here.
A little weather fact for you.
Okay, yeah, we're full of fun facts today.
All right, so we've got two more.
Yes. It's almost March Madness time. What's the largest entry fee you've played into a bracket pool?
I've done like $50.
Yeah.
I've done $50. That's the most.
That seems right. Fantasy football is where I've chunked out a lot, an embarrassing amount of change.
This past year,
that was for big money.
That was for significantly more than that sum.
Yeah.
And I did not do great.
Yeah, you got last. Actually, I think you finished.
I don't think I got last.
Really?
No, I think I was like third to last.
Okay.
But I know Aaron Hardigan beat me. I know you beat me.
Yeah. Bracket pool. Aaron got first. I think.
Did she
I think she won the league.
Jerk.
Which is a fat payout. Good for her. But I spend more on fantasy, which is so dumb because I actually do better in bracket stuff than I do in fantasy football most of the time, which is dumb. But yeah, I would say probably about 50 is normal. I'd say 25 is pretty normal. 25 is the going rate, especially because you do multiple brackets. So in total, the sum's gonna add up.
I spent I did. Okay, this is gonna sound like I'm a degenerate, but then I have.
It goes to charity, right? I think I know where you're going.
I spent $100 on squares for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But it's for my buddy's charity. For their daughter they lost to pediatric brain cancer, and so half that goes to her foundation, and so
worth it.
I don't feel bad.
No.
I'm gambling, and I'm taking his friend's money for a good cause. All right, let's round it all out.
This one's hard. First 3 songs on the soundtrack to your life.
The theme from Family Matters. Yeah, I really only need one.
That's it.
That's it. There's 3 times. The 3 song. Probably something lo-fi chill hop beats to Steady Satchel Racks too.
Just vibes.
You'll probably find me with a song from like Explosions in the Sky or something like that. I like Explosions in the Sky.
This is just.
Do you know Explosions in the Sky?
No,
they're an Austin band. They're great. They're really good. They've actually. Did you ever see Friday Night Lights? Mm-hmm. They wrote the theme song to Friday Night Lights.
Oh, really?
And like they did a lot of the score to Friday Night
Oh,
Lights.
okay, I see that.
So it's kind of that. Yeah.
I need to think on that. Maybe we put an actual list together and get back with you on Friday. Because there's two different ways that you can go with this. You can go with like legitimately like sentimental, like
Give
heartfelt.
Me Chocolate by Baby Metal.
Yes, that's it. That's the one on repeat 3 times.
Yeah. Just
gimme,
I'm trying to think.
Yummy,
the
yummy, yummy.
The problem is that like I'm so bad at listening to music. I really am.
See, that's why this is hard for me because I'm a music fiend.
You listen to a lot of different music, and I listen to like the same 160 songs over and over because it's just the songs that I like.
Yeah,
and
I would
also,
rather
like, I listen to like the Moana soundtrack.
Yeah,
because,
that's fair.
Yeah, or Encanto. Encanto's been on loop. Like, that's why my Spotify Wrapped is just a disaster because it's all Hank songs.
Did you know that they're doing Encanto on Ice up here at Dickies Arena coming soon?
That sounds right. That music's really good, man.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. You should go out of your way to see Encanto.
Also, a lot of my grown friends without children are now starting to watch Bluey.
Yeah, that's weird.
They say it's fantastic.
It is fantastic. I've shown you Bluey.
Mm-hmm.
Bluey is fantastic, but I wouldn't go out of my way to watch it if I didn't have a child.
That's fair.
Like it falls under the category of the best show that you can watch with a child.
Yeah.
But like, I'm gonna be honest. If you're watching it without a child, I've got some follow-up questions.
That's fair.
Most of them are like, ew.
I haven't watched it yet, other than the things that you've showed me.
It's clever, but like,
there's probably better television.
Oh yes, better television exists, like than Bluey, but Bluey is great. Peppa Pig is garbage.
Hot take.
That it?
I think that's
It's going
it.
to do it for us. Thanks for spending a little bit of your day with us. Follow us on Twitter at DCTF. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Dave Campbells. Follow us on Instagram, instagram.com/Dave Campbells. And, of course, see us at texasfootball.com. Thanks to my friend Tommy Yelvington for being our guest. For Ashley Pickle, I'm Greg Tepper. Vince Young, please meet your Player of the Year trophy. We'll see you Monday on Texas Football Today.